Hey, what's up everybody? Derek here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make your dreams a reality. Without clear goals, you've already failed at making your dream a reality. The bridge between your dreams and reality are structured by your goals. I'm going to show you how to make your dreams concrete goals, which can then be broken down further into tasks. Once you complete those tasks, you've consequently completed your goal, which means ultimately you've turned your dream into a reality. Every successful person in history has followed this formula to some degree. I want you to know this is not some secret, unachievable thing reserved for the elite, if you might call them that. I once bought into that, and yeah, it held me back for a while, unfortunately. Whether your goal is to be the next billionaire or a pro athlete or whatever it might be, you're simply just not going to get there without starting with goals. Otherwise, your dreams are just going to stay dreams the rest of your life.
Would you rather dream while you're asleep or be dreaming in reality?
Okay, so before I show you how I turn a dream into a goal and all the way down into a task level, I'm just going to show you just a little bit of science behind this. Now, there's been so many different studies done on the importance of goal setting and all sorts of various things around that topic. But I'm just going to pull out one major one that stands out and I think generally gets the point across. So the Journal of Applied Psychology did this study where they challenged families to save on energy cost. They gave one set of families an easy goal to save about 2% on their energy cost, and they also gave the other families what they call a more difficult goal, which was to save 20% on their energy cost. What they actually found in their study was that setting more difficult goals led to better results. So basically what this study showed is that by setting more difficult goals that we might even find unachievable at the time, lead to better results regardless if you meet that goal or not. Hey guys, before we get started, I'd really appreciate if you smash that like button below. It helps me so much and I truly appreciate it. I really do. And also, if you want to help me even more, subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that you don't miss out on any new videos I put out. I put out about one video a week, so you're not going to want to miss it. Guys, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me, and it actually ensures that I'm able to keep putting out videos for you like this. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, without further ado, let's get to that screen sharing session so I can show you exactly how to turn your dreams into goals all the way down into tasks so that you can make your dreams become an absolute reality. Let's go. Okay, guys, I think I have a pretty popular example here. Let's say that we want to be a millionaire. Now, I have this little cloud icon because I think it represents what a dream would be. It would be somewhere up in the cloud, you know, not really able to be grasped at that time, that kind of thing. I think this represents the idea of a dream pretty well. So the first thing that we need to do is that we need to turn this be a millionaire dream into a goal. So, I mean, that's not too hard, right? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to drop a goal in here. And I'm just going to call this be a millionaire. And obviously that font is way oversized. All right, believe it or not, guys, don't downplay this or think this is a useless step. This is actually the biggest step in the process. You're committing to something right here. You're saying, I have this dream, and now I'm setting it as a goal. That's the first big step you need to take in this whole process. All right, so now you've taken massive action. You've turned your dream into a goal. So now that we have this goal of be a millionaire, now we're kind of tasked with a pretty difficult thing. Well, how do I achieve that goal? How in the world do I become a millionaire? Well, one thing you need to do is that you need to set a time for this goal. You need to set a deadline for this goal. So when do you want to be a millionaire? Okay, so now we finally set this goal. I want to be a millionaire, and we've also set a time to it. I want to be a millionaire in 5 years. This will directly drive what we do next. Now, because you want to be a millionaire in 5 years, that's probably going to take a lot of work and a lot of money. You need to be making a ton of cash. So that's really going to drive what we're going to do next. We need to come up with ideas. Hey, what do I need to do in order to become a millionaire in 5 years? How can I make the most money in the shortest amount of time? I know that sounds cliche, but it's absolutely applicable to this situation. So the first thing I would personally do, and the thing that I would recommend the utmost of anything else, is to acquire a high value skill which is going to turn into a job that requires that high value skill. Okay, great. So that's one thing, but we're trying to become a millionaire in 5 years. Like, we got to make a lot more money than just one stream of income. Okay, so now that we have one stream of income covered, how can we make more income? One thing I would suggest, and I'm actually doing this in my own life, so I think it's a pretty decent example, is to start a side hustle. Now, this could be any form of side hustle. It really doesn't matter for the sake of this example. We're just saying, hey, I want to do something on the side in addition to what I'm doing for my job to make some extra money. Okay, well, that's great and all, but in realistic terms, it's probably not going to make as much money as you might think. And even if it did anyways, it's still going to take a lot more money to get to this millionaire objective, this millionaire goal within 5 years. So what do we have to do?
Yeah. You guessed it. We need more money. We need more sources of income. Well, let's get to it.
So the next thing I would suggest is dividend stocks. All right, so dividend stocks. So every so often throughout the year, multiple times a year in most cases, you'll get a dividend paid out on whatever stock you're invested in. And that's basically just a payout for you being vested in that company. Okay, so I'm going to say for this example, we're still not quite there yet. So what we need to do now is come up with another source of income. So with this last one, I'm actually going to do what's in my personal plan, and that's to acquire real estate. Okay, great. So now we have this dream of be a millionaire. We've turned it into a goal of be a millionaire. We said we're going to do it in 5 years. And because we said we're going to do it in 5 years, we said that we're going to acquire a high value job and skill. We're going to start a side hustle. We're going to do some investing in some dividend stocks, and we're going to acquire some real estate. Okay, great. So we're kind of starting to build out our plan here. We kind of know what it takes to get to that objective of being a millionaire in 5 years, but we're still not quite there yet. So we defined we need all these different streams of income, and we've identified what they are, and that's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but this is just the beginning. What we need to do now is we need to keep breaking these sub goals down all the way into task so that we can start acting on them and make this plan a reality. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of all these different income streams, but I'll take a couple for example. The first one I want to start with is the side hustle sub goal. So one of the things to consider when you're starting a side hustle is, what am I going to sell? So let's just say for this example, you're going to start a drop shipping website and you're going to sell luxury watches to people. So with this watch example, we're just going to say sell watches. Okay, great. So now we know what we need to sell. Now, what else do we need to do in this case? Well, we need somebody to sell it to. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, well, I need to build a customer base. Okay, great. So now we've identified that we need to sell watches and we need somebody to sell them to. So that's great and everything, but how are we actually going to do that? So with selling watches, the first thing you need to do is to figure out where you're going to source this product from. Where am I going to get these watches? Who offers an actual luxury type watch that maybe doesn't cost me so much at a wholesale price? Okay, great. Now we've identified that we need to find a watch manufacturer. And guys, this is where the magic happens. This is where you're actually going to turn all these goals down into actual tasks. So taking our find watch manufacturer goal, we're actually going to finally get this down into a task, the thing that we've all been waiting for this whole video. All right, so there we go. Now we've gotten it all the way down to a task. So this is where it gets super cool. So if you follow this task all the way back up, you'll see this. So I need to research watch manufacturers. And once I do that, I've found my watch manufacturer. And once I do that, I am now able to sell watches because I know where to source them from. And now that I know where to source them from and I'm able to sell them, I can actually complete my side hustle. I really hope you see the power in this. By drilling all the way down into a task level, you can go all the way back up the chain and realize how this is impacting your ultimate dream. Yes, it may be a small task at the time, but you got to understand the summation of all these tasks that you're doing are ultimately adding up to that super big goal that you had that was once a dream, but now you're making it a reality. All right, so to not bore you out of your mind, I went ahead and completed all the different things I needed to for the side hustle income stream and the real estate income stream. All right, so as you saw before, I had this research watch manufacturer's task, but I've created all these other tasks. So let's start at the top. So I said to build a customer base, and from that, I need to have a social media presence, and I need to have a word of mouth presence. These are just things that I'm saying for the sake of this example. So with the social media presence, I've actually created 2 tasks for myself. I told myself I need to start a Facebook page and I need to start an Instagram page, because based on my research on the demographics of who I'm trying to reach, that is where most of my potential customers would be. Okay, so for the social media goal, I have 2 associated tasks here. All I have to do is complete them, and I've completed that social media goal. All right, so my other goal for acquiring customers is word of mouth. Now for word of mouth, I only have 1 task because I think this would suffice for word of mouth based on my hypothetical scenario here. I'm saying that I would offer a promo code for referrals moving forward. So anytime that a customer checks out, has a great experience from my store, they're going to get an email that basically says, hey, just so you know, if you refer somebody and they buy something from the store, you're going to get 20% off for that. So I'm basically incentivizing people to have this word of mouth experience with other potential customers. And since we completed the promo code for referrals task, that completes our word of mouth goal. Well, you know what that means? It means that we've completed our social media goal and our word of mouth goal, which ultimately add up to that customer goal. So now we built a customer base, and now we have watches to sell. You know what that means? That means we can start our side hustle and actually start to make some money. Do you see how incredibly simple this is when you break things down? Eventually, you're going to chop that goal up until you get down into these small pieces that are easily digestible for you to take action on. To go back to the example real quick, I said that I would show you real estate, so I'm going to do that. So for real estate, I said in order to become a millionaire within 5 years, the real estate income stream, I need to acquire 3 single-family homes. And for acquiring 3 single-family homes, I need to do 3 tasks. I need to save $500 a month for a down payment, because you're definitely going to need that if you're going to be getting a home. You need to have something to put down. Most lenders require that. And I also said that I am going to research hot market areas locally. So obviously, as hopefully with everybody else in the world, you want to get the best bang for your buck. You want to find a great deal in a great area that just shows nothing but potential. And so finally after that, I said, get my real estate license. And you don't necessarily have to do this. I'm just showing it as a task for this example only. So by accomplishing these 3 tasks set here, that would allow me to acquire 3 single-family homes within that 5-year period. And because I have completed this goal of acquiring 3 single-family homes, I've now accomplished my objective, my goal of building a real estate income stream. And what does this all add up to? You guessed it. We are now a millionaire. Give yourself a pat on the back. We finally did it. We are millionaires now. We have so much money, we don't know what to do with it. Well, hopefully you should know what to do with it. All right, so by doing this simple exercise, we've actually built out a pretty decent plan on how to become a millionaire within 5 years. Now, you're obviously going to run into challenges along the way, and that could potentially change what task you're doing, and it could potentially change your goals. But really the idea, the premise behind this is to really build a foundation, a plan that you can always refer back to. Yes, it might change a little bit, but that's not the point. The point is that you have set a goal, you have concrete objectives on how to accomplish that goal, and what that does in turn is it's actually going to turn your dream into a reality. And that's simply because that you've turned that dream into a goal, you broke that goal down into more goals, and you keep repeating that exercise until you just have small digestible tasks that you can complete day in and day out. I mean, you could give yourself maybe 3 to 5 tasks a day, and as long as you're able to knock out that, you're eventually going to reach that goal, that ultimate goal. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you got value out of this video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon below so you don't miss out when I put out any new content. It really helps my channel immensely. I truly value each and every one of you. Thank you so much. All right, so I've shown you how to turn your dream into a reality. That's pretty cool, right? Well, at least I think it is, because before I didn't think that was even possible until one day I just sat down and really just started to break down everything I wanted in my life. And I just kept breaking it down until it just made sense to actually build on those little pieces each and every day. One thing I was able to do with starting my side hustle is I was able to make that huge goal of starting the side hustle. And then I realized, okay, I need to do this in order for this to happen, and then this, and then this, and then this. And I just kept repeating that until eventually it just got down to these very small tasks that I could do. All right, guys, until next time, go out there and dominate. See ya.